Hi everyone and welcome back to the Picket Fan Studios YouTube channel. It is Erica with you today and we're going to make some spooktacular stuff. Hi! So first things first, when I make videos and things, I do try to be a little bit organized. So I put my stuff into one of these little plastic pockets just to kind of like, these are the things I would like to use in the video. So I don't always end up using everything, but it just helps me keep sort of things a little bit organized. So today we're definitely going to be using the Who Are You stamp and coordinating die set. And this is another little sort of tip from me. So I store my stamps and my dies together in the original packaging. I know everyone has their own different idea of how to store their stuff, and whatever works for you is obviously what you should be doing. However, I like keeping my stamps and my dies together. So here is a little fella that, or actually two little fellas that I have already colored. And I've done one with no line coloring and one, as you can see here, and the other one with black hybrid ink. Now, both of these are colored with Copics, so I thought we'd just do that again today. And I definitely want to use the word topper dies, the hello and I love your face. And the super clever thing about this is that it has a coordinating die set with the subtitles. So word, topper, dies, subtitles, super fun. And I'm also going to be making two cards today. So we are going to be using the Trees Silhouette cover dies, both the Slimline and the A2. And then also, of course, everyone must have a alphabet die set. And this is the Seeing Double alphabet die set, which is super, super clever because you can cut out your words and finish off your word topper sentiments. So I have some cardstock ready here. This is Copic friendly Nina cardstock. So I'm going to be stamping up my owl with the black hybrid ink, which is Copic friendly. It also is watercolor friendly, so you can use it with whatever medium you decide to use. So I'm going to be stamping this a fair few times with my ink to make sure I get really, really solid imprint. So of course I'm going to be using my Misty because I am utterly unable to do any stamping without my Misty. I do believe that I stamped this up 3 times to make sure I had a really, really solid imprint. And if you're worried that you have to stamp many times, it's not that you have to, it's just that I like a really solid imprint when I'm coloring. And look at that, I mean, he's so handsome. Now, a quick little tip here, another quick little tip, is to have your stamp scrubber ready for when you want to clean off your stamps. So I keep mine in a little tub and then I spray some water on that, let that soak in, and then I just scrub it, dub it. And I do find the easiest way of doing this is just slapping that stamp down onto my work mat and then scrub it, dub, and then you just clean it off with a towel. I use old kitchen towels because I like reusing stuff rather than throwing out like paper towels. And look how clean that came out. So I did manage to get a little bit on the back, so it's smudged on the paper. But I mean, considering he was completely covered in black ink, that's pretty good. So another little thing that I like to do when I'm coloring is making myself a little color chart of all the markers that I picked out. So I am a very heavy Copic user, and I do have a coloring chart. However, I do think that mine is faded a little bit. So I like doing this with the markers that I picked out to kind of see which one has got the right shade and the right sort of warmth that I'm looking for in my coloring. So of course here I've gone for a lot of browns because I'm going to be coloring my owl. And I have done this in a time lapse. However, the coloring technique, if you like, is a lot of flicking to kind of get that sort of feathery look. And it's just, I mean, this is the kind of way that I like coloring with texture, to get the textures in, because I just find that it gives like the most organic and natural look. And I mean, he did come out pretty cute and a bit sort of ominous and scary looking as well, because I mean, it is Halloween. So we are going to, actually it's not Halloween right now, but you know. Anyway, so we're going to cut him out with our die cut, and then we're going to ink blend a background. Now, I have another little trick for you here. So with some cheap acetate, because I have really oily fingers, I have this little sheet of acetate with some post-it tape on it. And I call this like my finger saver, but it's more like ink blender saver actually. So here we're going to mark out where my colors are going to go. So I picked out 4 colors, and you will see in the end that this is not actually the panel that I decided to use. However, there are some good tips and tricks in this on how to get your ink blending right. So as you can see, I marked out where I want my sort of first color to go, how far up I want it to go, because this is going to be the background for that tree silhouette die. So I'm going in with my first color, and then I'm going to go in with my second color, and not all the way down until I have sort of, gotten a good layer of that first ink. So this one is Salvage Patina, and the first one was Squeezed Lemonade. Then we're going to go in with the tapped off ink that I tap off on the lid to blend the yellow up into the Salvage Patina. And you can see here that it's going really quite well, if I may say so myself. So we are going to go back and forth, because this is something I think a lot of people kind of miss, is that with ink blending, you have to be patient. And you have to go back and forth with your colors in order to get a very good and nice smooth blend. So here, for instance, you can see, okay, so that's not looking very smooth. However, we are going to go in with the colors back and forth until we're happy with our blend. And this is where, this is something that you can sort of end up with. And although I didn't actually end up using this particular background, I thought I'd leave it in the video just to kind of show you how I do it. Now on this, okay, so I did end up using the other one. Oh, and here's another little thing. So your stamp scrubber is a great little cleanup tool. Oh yes, especially when using water reactive inks. Scrub that on your work mat and ta-da, all clean again. So here is the background we're going to use for our Slimline card. But as you can see, I'm kind of missing a little bit, but I really, really love this look with the paper glaze. So what we're going to do is we're going to fix this. We are going to take out a little bit more, and we are going to finish off that background so that everything will be covered. And we're going to do this in sort of Northern Lights kind of look, I guess. I mean, I do love my Northern Lights, I really do. So that first color is obviously the black Pansy. And then we're going to go in with the lime Zinnia, which I kind of feel is almost like glow in the dark. And then a little bit of Ocean Poppy. And also Daffodil Yellow, because, you need to have that sort of like glow, like almost sort of like ghoulish glow, don't you? And then we're just going to spread this up and down. Not going to make any pattern or anything like that. We're just going to leave it very textured and lovely. And then of course scrape off the excess on a piece of paper that already has some excess scraped off, because we're going to save all of that. Now I did think that it needed just a little bit more yellow for sort of that kind of like moonlit glow. So I did that. I added some of that. And then we're going to set this aside to dry, because obviously you cannot finish off your card while that is wet. Then I had a super fun idea for the word topper dies. Okay, so I cut 2 of the I love your face out of black cardstock, and these we're gonna layer up. And then I cut out some extra O's in the hello. So we're gonna make the owl say hello, right? No? Owl humor? Are you with me? I mean, I think it's cute. And then with the I love your face word die, I cut out the words yum, because, owls are like predators. I thought that was funny too. Just me? It is a bit cheesy, but hey, Okay, so the rest of the putting together video didn't film for some reason, but here are the 2 finished cards. So as you can see, I have put this down, glued it all down, and then tucked my little owl in here, and then I've added my hello sentiment. And also I did add the who are you from the actual stamp set. So this is my first owly good card. Yeah, maybe. So on this one, I did, all I had to do was basically trim this off, and I might kind of trim this off a little bit as well, because there's a little bit of the spider web die cut sticking out. I think I managed to kind of push it out when I was adding all my bits down. And I will say here, like, I know it doesn't show overly well, this sentiment here, but I think it's kind of fun because you look up close and then you realize he says, I love your face, yum. So you're like, oh, okay, he's cheeky. Fun, right? Huh? Well, I think so. Anyway, so this, I don't know if you noticed as well, but these letters, this is handmade glitter cardstock made with the black rainbow paper glitz. So I just bopped that. I put some on a piece of cardstock. So it's actually white cardstock underneath. So if you flick this on the sides, you can see that there's a little bit of like a white sort of shadow, not shadow, but outline there as well. So it just helps them sort of pop up a little bit more. And that is super, super fun. So you can use your paper glitz to make your own glitter cardstock, as well as adding details and sparkles to your project. So I really, really like that. Now, if you look here as well, you can see that this piece of the spiderweb cover die is a little bit broken, but I think it works with the sort of general spookiness of these cards. And if you manage to, so here, I don't know what I did if I didn't sandwich it properly, but it just wasn't working and the paper kind of ripped a little bit. But I think this would work really well with making some kind of like spooky background as well. So sometimes you don't always have to have it perfectly cut out. So keep all your pieces, because sometimes you just need like a little bit for a background piece like that. So with that, that's me done for today, but I really hope you enjoyed these cards, and everything that we have used for these cards will be linked down in the description box. Don't forget to subscribe to the Picket Fan Studios YouTube channel and hit those thumbs up buttons. And if you leave us a little comment, that would be fantastic as well. We love interacting with our fans and all our crafty friends. So for that, that's it for me, and I will see you again next time. Oh, and in case you missed it, it's Erica for Picket Fan Studios. See you soon again.